Yo, what's going on, guys? It's your boy Invective back out again with another Not Dokkan. Today it's a Destiny video. If you didn't know, my channel was originally always all about Destiny. I've always loved Destiny and I'm really big in the game and I still play it consistently till this day. There's a couple games on PlayStation that I really mash out, but Destiny has always held the top spot for me. It's always been like my favorite game. I come back to it every now and then. So today's video is all about Pinnacle weapons, and if you don't have some Pinnacle weapons that might be a bit too hard to get or might be just a bit out of your reach, what can you use as great replacements to help you get those Pinnacle weapons, or weapons that perform just as good? We're going to be starting off with the first few Pinnacle weapons that came into the game, and then we're going to move down the list. The first Pinnacle weapon which I got was Redrix's Claymore. Now, Redrix's Claymore is back in the game. Obviously, he's back in the game, but this time you can get it as Redrix's Broadsword. This is a very powerful pulse rifle, a long-range pulse rifle, and it really does the damage after you get a kill. And after you get a kill, it really starts ramping up. A really powerhouse weapon. Now, what can you really use that's just as good as a Redrix's Claymore in the same slot? So, what we're going to be going over is what weapon to use in the exact same slot that would be just as powerful or just as good. Now, for the Redrix's Claymore, there's only other two substitutes in the Crucible which are viable right now. And right now, in the primary slot, you can either think about the Vigilance Wing, but Vigilance Wing's kind of fallen off. It's either that or Bygones and Blast Furnace. These two weapons do the exact same thing Redrix does. Because Redrix, after you get a kill, it starts really outputting high damage. With Blast Furnace, you can still keep doing that, and you can really get an amazing roll. And it does more damage. I'd say maybe Blast Furnace might be the better choice. Blast Furnace is a really powerful pulse rifle. It's got really high stability, and it's got really high range. Like, this thing can shred. And if you get it with the right perks, if you get it with the perks like this, like Feeding Frenzy and Kill Clip, you got a weapon that will compete with Redrix and maybe even beat the Redrix. I personally think the Blast Furnace might be a bit more consistent over the Redrix's Claymore. Now, on top of that, you got the Bygones. Bygones is just a staple. It's a staple. You can get the vendor rolled one with kill clip. You can get one with. You can even get ones with ricochet rounds, and you can get it with high caliber rounds as well. But this is just the staple Bygones that I have. You can get one with kill clip is really a perk that you really want. Head seeker kill clip. That's just an overall. It's a more consistent weapon, Head Seeker Kill Clip, but I think it is still a very viable weapon. Bygones is still the most used weapon to pair with other weapons in this game, because I still see a lot of Bygones played. So, Blast Furnace and Bygones are two amazing replacements if you don't have the Redrix's Broadsword. If you do have the Broadsword, congratulations, it's a great weapon. It's really one of those really grindy weapons. If you got it back in the day as a Claymore, I commend you, because this was the nastiest grind I ever done, was getting this Claymore. This Claymore was just a hell of a grind, but we got it there. Next weapon we got in the primary slot is the Mountaintop. Now, this weapon was a pain in the ass for me to get. Oh my god, was it a pain. The amount of double kills you have to get in competitive, the amount of kills you have to get with grenade launches is ridiculous. But there's not many weapons that can really replace the Mountaintop. The Mountaintop is literally the best at what it does. But if you want a grenade launcher in your primary slot, you're gonna have to use the grenade launcher which you kind of use to try and get this weapon. But for the same slot, we're talking about the Malicious Birthright. Now, the Malicious Birthright can roll with some really amazing perks. I'd say you can really get a really powerful Malicious Birthright in this game, and you just want it with the correct perks. Me personally, my one has spike grenades. You can get spike grenades or proximity grenades, but spike grenades would be a bit more consistent over proximity. I do have one that's proximity, but I personally think spike grenades are the best. Rangefinder is a must-have because it keeps the weapon more volatile over range. And Ambitious Assassin is actually really good because what that does is after you get a kill, it'll put 2 in the magazine instead. So Ambitious Assassin works really good with this. I got mine with tier 6 blast radius. Let me just quickly check one thing because I'm pretty sure I had another mountaintop, because I was collecting quite a few just to start the grind on my mountaintop. The mountaintop was a heck of a grind, but it's you really want a really good grenade launcher in that primary, so you want to get a good roll, and you can get this from doing the shadows. It's the strike that you do in the plague lands, So yeah, you can get a really easy good roll of this through a strike. But yeah, this is the only one I have. Yeah, I think this is the only one I have. Yep, this is the only one that I have. But yeah, Malicious Birthright. This is a great replacement if you don't have the mountaintop. And honestly, Malicious Birthright, solid weapon, solid weapon. It helped me get the weapon. It helped me get the mountaintop. So yeah, that's what I'd use as a replacement. Next up, let's talk about the Luna's Howl. Now, Luna's Howl and Not Forgotten, they're 1-in-1 the same. The Not Forgotten is heads and tails above the Luna's Howl. It's just, if you have the time and if you can put in the grind, then the Not Forgotten is for you. And this is one heck of a... I ain't even gonna say it. This weapon is a pain to get. You will be waiting in lobbies, queuing up for hours and hours. I'm telling you, I had to wait personally myself about an hour just to get matched up in the lobby against the exact same people that I played before. So, if you want to be, you need a serious team and you want to sweat it out if you want to get this. But if you're not that sort of player that's going to invest that amount of time, the Luna's Howl is definitely more acquirable, especially this season. The Luna's Howl and the Recluse are both quite acquirable. You can do them solo. It will take you some time. But it was definitely doable solo. And I did my Lunas solo. I did my Recluse pretty much solo. I had a few people jump in. But if you don't have the Luna's Howl, what are you going to use as a replacement? Now, really and truly, I only think there's one secondary hand cannon that could even come up to it. There's only one secondary hand cannon, and that is the Trust. Not only is it the same burn type with solar, but Trust is actually a really powerful weapon. If you get the good roll, and I think this roll here, any roll with explosive payload on the Trust is a deadly weapon. I'm telling you, explosive payload is a solid perk to have on a hand cannon, and especially the Trust. This Trust here, sometimes I might like using over the Luna's Howl, because after I got not forgotten, it was a different story. I stopped using all these other hand cannons as soon as I got this guy. As soon as you get this guy, that's it. Everything else, you don't even care about it. But if you do want a good weapon to use, and you don't have the Lunas, or you have the Lunas and you're working to not forgotten, then Lunas you definitely want to use. But Trust is just overall a great weapon. If you're using it for PvP, you definitely want with explosive payloads, maybe rangefinder, something like that. If you're using it for PvP, this is the perfect PvE role here. Just check that out. Dragonfly, Rampage, Dragonfly Spec. This thing is a beast. It just destroys trash mobs. So yeah, Trust is a great weapon. I was thinking Nation of the Beast, because Nation of the Beast is it is quite a good weapon as well, but it depends what you really want to use the Lunas for. But most of these Pinnacle weapons, really and truly, they're for the Crucible. These are the Crucible Pinnacle weapons. They're made to be used in PvP. So you want really and truly a Trust with the explosive payload and rangefinder. The last weapon and the newest weapon that's just come out is a Recluse. Now, the Recluse is the latest and is literally not just the latest, but one of the greatest weapons that's hit this game. This SMG is really powerful. And really and truly, there's not many SMGs that can match this SMG. The only other SMG that I can think of is not even in the same slot. You want a secondary SMG? You want one just as good? I'm gonna have to go with Iclos. The Iclos is the only other secondary SMG I can think of in the game, which is good enough. That and the Hero's Burden. The Iclos or the Hero's Burden. Now, the Iclos is really good because it has really good range and it does really good damage. Very consistent weapon. The Hero's Burden, you can get it with kill clip and you can get it with let's see, is this one got it? You can get, yeah, you can get it with high caliber rounds. So Hero's Burden is a staple, is a really good weapon, and it will, if you can get one with high caliber and kill clip, yeah, you got a good contender there for a secondary that can replace instead of the Recluse. But the Recluse ain't gonna be too hard for you to get. If you don't have the Hero's Burden, the Iclos SMG is acquirable for you from doing the escalation protocol. Um, but yeah, really and truly, it's either Hero's Burden or Iclos. But if you really want to use SMGs, I wouldn't use the ones in the secondary slot. They are decent. I will say, shout outs to Risk Runner. Risk Runner is a hardcore SMG, but it's going to take up an exotic slot. So if you don't want to use an exotic slot, I'd say the best one to go for is the Iclos. The Iclos is just an overall solid SMG. It's an overall solid SMG. But if you really want to go SMG, go pull out your old Antiope with the kill clip and use that. But other than that, I've got to say, if you don't have the Recluse, use the Iclos. The Iclos is the only other SMG that I can really recommend if you don't have the Recluse. But yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. That's Invective. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the little cut down I'm doing here. These weapons do take some time to acquire. They are very hard to acquire, but if you do want one of them, trust me, they are worth the grind. They are literally the best at what they do for their class. There is no other grenade launcher that will do what the Mountaintop does. The Redrix's Claymore, once you get a kill, that gun starts ramping up and it starts shredding, but that's only if you can get the kill, and it outputs way more damage than either of these two, but these two are a bit more consistent. But if you can get the kill with the Redrix, Redrix is the way to go. Luna's Howl is just a staple. 3 tap to the head, that's it, they're dead. No problem. And if you got the Not Forgotten, then you're poking them at even further range than what the Luna's Howl is doing, and you're not wasting any bullets. The Recluse is a complete shredder. You can get a kill with a primary weapon, and then you can pull out the Recluse, and the Recluse's perk will always be active. This perk, the perk on Recluse gets active, is basically kill clip. Anytime you get a kill with any weapon, it's active, it's ready to go, and it's got feeding frenzy. So it's really hard to find an SMG that's as powerful as Recluse. Recluse is just top of the notch, top of the notch. But yeah, anyways guys, that's your boy Invective. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this Destiny video. It's been a while, but I'm gonna make a comeback to this game, and please stay tuned. I ain't running away from Dokkan. Dokkan's always my home game as well. I love Dragon Ball Z and I love me some Destiny. So if you're one of those sort of people, you mingle with both, go ahead and click the subscribe button. It's right there. And guys, if you want some more from me, you want to check out more from me, go ahead and check out my channel. If you subscribe, make sure you click that notification. You want to know when I'm making the next video? Make sure you click on that notification. Other than that, if you want some more Destiny content, go ahead and leave me a comment. Let me know what's going on through your mind so I can pump it out there. And guys, please support the channel. Leave me a like. That's the best way to show some love. Let's spread that love around. Go ahead and smash that like button. But anyways, guys, that's your boy Invective. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. I'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace out.